Challenge accepted. Hey my loves, welcome back to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi, your local light worker. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really happy to be bringing you another pick a card reading. Sorry guys if I've been posting less regularly than usual. I've been super blessed with a lot of orders, so I've been steadily working throughout my personal tarot readings and birth charts. Thank you so much to everyone who has ordered. I'm really thrilled that you've decided to choose me as your tarot reader and your astrologer. So, this being said, actually, one of you lovely crew members, Aisha, geniusly gave me the idea for today's pick a card reading. She felt that my voice is quite soothing and she would like to see more videos of me reading you guys stuff. Now, I do apologize for those of you that do not agree with that opinion. Feel free to click away. For those of you that agree with Aisha's viewpoint and genuinely enjoy my voice, then this is the video for you. What I have here for you is a little bit of a different pick a card reading. It's more like a pick a book or pick a page out of a book, more like it. So you have a choice here from 3 very different books. These are my all-time personal favorites. And what I will be doing is I'll be randomly selecting just a page from each of these books and I'll start reading it to you. And then we will see if whatever is written in the book applies to your current personal circumstances. This can be receiving a message randomly and surreptitiously regarding your career, regarding your life path, regarding your romantic situation. Who knows? We're just gonna let chance take the lead here and we will trust the unknown and see what happens, right? That's how magic is created. So once again, thank you so much, Aisha, for being such a genius counterpart to the creation of this pick a card reading. I love it when we co-create, so I'm super excited to be making this reading for you guys. So let me introduce to you the options. For group 1, I have here Rebecca Solnit's A Field Guide to Getting Lost. For group 2, we have here Sarah Hall's The Electric Michelangelo. And for group 3, we have Angela Carter's The Infernal Desire Machines of Dr. Hoffman. I guess you can tell that most of these authors are females, and this was a very specific choice. I decided a long time ago that unconsciously I was being primed to read a lot of books about men or written by men, and that didn't apply to my current reality as a woman. So I consciously worked through this patriarchal bias, and I am selecting most of the times to read books by women, about women, for women. Not to say that the content of these books cannot be enjoyed by men as well. I think that why I enjoy these books so much is that they are touching a very universal chord. They're also very imaginative and they're also very spiritual and soulful. So I think they can be enjoyed by both men and women. Don't get me wrong. So if you've made your choice now, following my completely unnecessary feminist tirade, then I'm looking forward to seeing you at your pile. I'm sending you so much love. Bye, guys. Hey group 1, welcome to this very unique subscriber-inspired reading. I'm going to read you a page out of the book you have chosen. So this is for those of you that were drawn to Rebecca Solnit's A Field Guide to Getting Lost. Also, we have here Archangel Michael, who I received as a gift today from one of you lovely crew members. Thank you so much. I'm deeply grateful for how you're helping this channel grow. So I decided to have Archangel Michael's comforting presence. You guys are aware that I'm working with his energy while I am reading you a soothing page from this book. It's going to be randomly chosen, so we'll let the game of chance take play. I also got one of my favorite beverages here. I have some café au lait or café latte, however you want to call it. Let's begin. So I just opened the page randomly at the blue of distance. Yeah, so I'm going to choose now to read the next page that comes up. So let's see what the story has to say. In 1527, the Spaniard Alvar Núñez Cabeza de Vaca refused his commander's orders to take the ships of their expedition to a safe port while the commander and most of the men marched inland to explore. Narvaez, the commander, asked why, and Cabeza de Vaca, the expedition's second in command, answered that I felt certain he would never find the ships again, or they him, as anyone could predict from the woefully inadequate preparation, that I would rather hazard the danger that lay ahead in the interior than give any occasion for questioning my honor by remaining safely aboard. So the incompetent Narvaez, Cabeza de Vaca, and 300 men traveled north for 15 days among the dwarf fan palms of an uninhibited expanse of what Juan Ponce de Leon had named Florida 14 years before. They had met natives who told them that to the north was a province called Appalachian, where was much gold and plenty of everything we wanted. Honor and greed would be the two gates through which Cabeza de Vaca entered the realm of the utter unknown. The Appalachian, they found, was a village of 40 thatched houses with ripe corn in the fields, dry corn in storage, deerskins, and small, poor quality shawls as all its treasure. The gold seekers marched onward, wading through lakes, tramping for days, skirmishing with natives, eating their horses, building barges to head towards Mexico and the Spanish settlements there. Not knowing how far away they were, dying of armor-piercing arrows, of disease, of hunger, of drowning. No one will ever be lost like those early conquistadors again, wandering a continent about which they knew nothing, not its topography, its climate, encountering inhabitants with whom there was no common language, plunging into a place for which they had no words for places, for plants, for the animals, skunks, alligators, bison, so unlike those of their continent. So we're gonna keep it short and sweet. That was the reading that I had for you. I really hope you've enjoyed it. I am getting a very strong Fool card in the tarot energy for those of you that have chosen this group. It's about the conquistadors that just plunged into the unknown, took all the risks at hand, and thereby discovered the world that we are now able to enjoy. It was about the discovery of Florida, the state of Florida in the US. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sending you massive amounts of love. Bye. Hey group 2, I got my glasses on, I'm ready to read, and we also have here Archangel Michael, which is a statue I received today from one of you lovely crew members. Thank you for your kind gifts. I'm really happy to be receiving them. Thank you for helping the spiritual social grow. So I hope that you didn't skip over the introduction. It tells you a little bit about what makes this reading unique. It's going to be a comforting reading where I'm going to choose a page at random and read it for you from the book you have been drawn to. So this is for those of you that were drawn to Sarah Hall's The Electric Michelangelo, okay? Let's find out. I also got my favorite beverage on. I would suggest you do the same. This is a little bit of coffee with milk. So let's go ahead. Let's plunge into the unknown. Okay. So I opened it randomly at page 127. And I'm going to begin with the first sentence that starts off the page. Surgical scars by the onset of old age were as familiar and bodily incorporated as a limb. The stretches of childbirth, like the lines on a brow, were simply mementos indicating the passage of life. Silky-looking bullet pulls, there'd be a few of those in the shop. The business drew a crowd that was not unacquainted with attempted murder, were only a little bigger than vaccination scars or strawberry birthmarks. Tattoos could be briefly upsetting, but eventually they became ordinary components on the human anatomy. People went through life like well-handled jugs, collecting chips and scrapes and stains from wear and tear, from holding and pouring life. Perhaps jolted by the man's indelicacy, the woman started talking. Wednesdays, I am to be married. This Wednesday, as a matter of fact. Riley was unimpressed. What kind of silly day is that for a wedding, love? Oh, I know. They're busy Saturdays until Christmas. It was Sunday afternoon. Still disaffected, Riley nodded, probably thinking she'd be accustomed to it by her marriage day. The woman's eyes had finished leaking, but remained thick with water, like bottle bottoms. It's funny, isn't it, how you might put something breakable in a place where you know it'll likely fall. My husband would like it, the tattoo, and I didn't want him to. That's the thing of it. I didn't want him to like it. Then, composed, she stood, picked up her overcoat, and left the shop. Wishing what exactly never happened, Sai did not know. This trade, he thought, and not for the first time, was located at the darker end of town in many more ways than one. And in the event of being stumped by human obscurity, he decided, you just had to let it pass you by. So this moment describes a scene in the book where Sai, the leading character, is teaching his acolyte Riley how to perform a tattoo on a woman's body, and that was the woman that was preparing to get married soon. This is a wonderful book about the craft of tattoo and how tattoo artists used to live at the turn of the century, traveling from the UK to America. It's a beautiful book. So that's what I had for you. Maybe some of the things that I read for you could apply to your current life circumstances. We'll see. Let me know down in the comments if this resonated. And yeah, if you enjoy these kind of readings, I'll keep making them for you guys. So short and sweet, I'm sending you so much light. Mwah! Bye. Hey group 3, welcome to this rather unique subscriber requested reading. Well, I'm actually going to be reading for you. That's why I got these glasses on. Whoop whoop. So this is for those of you that were drawn to Angela Carter, The Infernal Desire Machines of Dr. Hoffman. And I also have here Archangel Michael by my side. I thought I'd feature him in this reading since he arrived this morning. He's a gift from one of you guys. Thank you so much for having a look on my wish list and donating this amazing statue to my channel. You guys know I work with the energies of Archangel Michael, so it's great to have him materialized here by my side. Okay, so grab a really nice beverage, maybe some coffee or some tea. This will be a short and sweet reading where I'm just going to randomly choose one page from this book and read you about it. So maybe you can decide whether it contains something that might apply to your romantic situation, your career, your life path. Okay, this is actually quite an X-rated book. It has especially one chapter that is incredibly intense. So I'm going to do my best to choose a page from rather the beginning of the book than the middle part, so I don't stumble upon that X-rated chapter. Let's find out. So there is a little bit of a controlled chance kind of energy I'm getting with you guys. Okay. Let's hope I didn't choose one of the racy bits. So, there was a pier made of such lacy striations of iron, it looked like the skeleton of an enormous bird or a drawing of itself, made with a fine pen and Indian ink on the pale blue paper of the well-mannered sea. The fishermen lived at the other end of the beach in cheerful, whitewashed cottages overgrown with that summer's abundance of roses, and they hung out their nets to dry on picturesque and primordial poles, weighing them at the corners with balls of dark green glass. It was late August, and the shops offered pink rock, colored postcards, candy floss, straw hats, and all the appurtenances of the holiday maker. But though all the doors were open, I could see no shopkeepers within, behind the counters, and the entire place was quite empty of humanity. Sounds like a lockdown situation. Along the promenade, stripped umbrellas cast pools of shade over deserted tables at which no ice cream eaters sat, though there were plenty of saucers smeared with residual traces, and also glasses half full of pink, green, and orange drinks, in which the ice had not yet melted and the paper straws were still indented at the top from the pressure of lips. The pale acres of sand were empty, but for a few waddling seabirds, and I noticed a corpse who lay where the sand had left him, unattended but for a cloud of flies. There was nobody at the turnstile of the pier to take my coin. Some of the sideshows were shuttered, but here half a dozen ping-pong balls bounced on jets of water, and the rifles were laid out in invitation to no cracksman. Though the bed was made up ready to tip the lady out, the lady herself had vanished. Yet the loudspeaker blared cheerful music, and nowhere looked deserted. It was as if the entire population of the town had slipped off somewhere, called to witness some event to which I alone had not received an invitation, and would all be back at their posts in 5 minutes. A sea breeze blew the bright pennants this way and that way. I passed a fortune-teller's booth, and another booth which smelled of hot dogs simmering by themselves in a tin van of hot water, and then, with most suspicious ease, I found my first query, the peep show. I'm gonna leave it here, guys. So this is short and sweet. Let me know if you enjoyed this type of reading. Let me know if any of these words resonated with you guys. I could also offer to read chapters, full-length chapters for you guys. Yeah, so this is what I had for you. I hope you've enjoyed it. See you in my next one. Bye.